Hey guys, Natalia Schneimler here. I help boy moms have a better relationship with their sons and themselves by teaching them the tools how to manage their mind so that when anything comes up in life, they know exactly how to take care of themselves and their kids. Hey guys, how are you? Let's talk about being codependent, or as I like to think about it, as dependent on others. So I saw this question somewhere online that's the most Googleable question for relationships. So like a lot of people struggle with that and they want to find the answer, how not to be in a codependent relationship. So I wanted to address that and talk to you about it. And the most important thing I want to say to you right now I want you to remember is that this is not an end goal for us to get to a place where we're not dependent on someone. I believe it's a process we have to keep doing for ourselves in a relationship. And it's a skill that we develop so that we can take care of ourselves better and be less dependent on others. So that means that you will periodically have situations come up where you will be challenged and you will have an opportunity to take care of yourself, or you will rely on someone else. And the time will not come where you're fully not dependent on someone else. And the way I define being dependent on someone else is when you are looking to be happy, but you are relying on someone else to behave in a certain way for you to be happy, right? So, and that will happen in your life because we're human people. We're human people. We're humans who are learning and evolving and getting better. And by the way we get better is by having these challenges. And the challenges I'm talking about is when you're triggered. When you're triggered and you're like, they're doing the wrong thing, that I was hoping they would do this, and you feel unhappy because someone did something or didn't do something. And this is the golden moment where you take your own responsibility and ask yourself questions. Instead of waiting for the other person to do something or fix their behavior, you go in privately to yourself and have a conversation with yourself. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? What was I hoping they would do? And what was I hoping I would feel? And what am I ultimately looking to feel here? Like, what would I like to feel here? And how can I feel that way when they did this thing? And oftentimes we feel unhappy because of what we're believing in that moment, right? Because all of our feelings come from our thoughts. So whatever they did, it's out there. But we have a story in our head about what they did. And that story hurts us, makes us unhappy. So we're not feeling unhappy because of what they did. We're feeling unhappy because of the story we're telling ourselves. And that's the time we can challenge that story because we're the ones making ourselves unhappy. So this is how you break up the codependency when you deal with each situation, each time, in this way, by having a conversation with yourself and really, really questioning your story about them and what they did, or about you and what you did. Whatever story you're telling yourself that's hurting you, that's what you have to question. And then once you question it, you can then move into, okay, well then, how do I want to feel here about this? And how can I feel that way by myself here? And how can I also move into abundance about believing about them? So if we bring it into marriage, instead of thinking something nasty about him, how can I move into abundance and believe something good about him right now? Maybe he didn't mean to hurt me. Maybe he doesn't believe this nasty story that I'm thinking he's thinking. That's your work, okay? That is the answer. I believe the answer is doing this regularly each time you are triggered in any relationship where you feel like your happiness depends on someone else. You go away, you have conversations with yourself, and Your goal is to then make yourself happy and resolve that really hurtful story you're telling yourself. So you're going to get better at it. As you do more of it, you're going to have less challenges as you do in the beginning. And the beginning is going to be a huge progress for you when you start doing this. Your life's going to change dramatically from painful to a lot better, because you're just going to free yourself from a lot of painful stories. You're going to own how you're feeling. And then once you kind of level out, life will still present to you all these challenges regularly. And then you're just going to have to apply the same skills each time to these conversations, to these challenges. When you're triggered by him or whoever, go away, chat with yourself, and really try to break down the story. And sometimes you can even go to that person and ask them, is this even true? Like, is this story and I'm thinking, is it true? Of course, you have to give yourself a chance to cool down, calm down, and be willing to even do that. Sometimes for a long time, you're not even willing. You're so mad, right? Be mad. So that's what I really want you to take away from this, is that the goal here is to have this process in your pocket, to apply it each time when you're triggered, to ask yourself all these questions that I talked about, and to realize that all of us have to do this regularly, because nothing ever stays the same, and we never ever get to a perfect place. That means we never get to a free, independent relationship. No, there's always going to be some sort of challenge at a new level. And you're going to get better at this. You're going to get really good at having these conversations quickly. Some of the fights completely will disappear because they will be so trivial and small, and you won't have them again. It will be new fights, new challenges, new triggers, and you'll be prepared for them. So that's what I have to tell you about being in a codependent relationship. It is a process that you have to work on yourself to make yourself happy. And that's what I have for you. And don't get upset when these things happen. This is just part of the process for everyone. We all have to go through new levels, new age, new challenges, and we just keep getting better at it. So I just always think of it as an opportunity to make myself happy better. Like, how can I do that? Like, where did I miss the mark here? And how can I think abundantly? All right, guys, love you all so much. Again, I invite you to sign up for a free session with me, completely free. I'd love to see you, coach you, help you, get you out of that stuck feeling, get you feeling better, get you out of feeling dependent on anyone all the time, like maybe just sometimes. So come sign up, go to www.coachingintalia.com and go to sign up for a free mini session, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Bye.